Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zhong. We are back, and right next to me is the one and only Po Lin. Good to have you on board, brother. This is one guy that started a journey in our promotion. It's been a couple years, a year and a half, something like that.
For the first time last month.
Last March, yeah,
Last
right.
March, yeah.
Wow, it's been a year, and then this guy's been 3 fights in less than a year, and now he's going for 4 fights, and will be fighting for the strap 145-pound title against TG from CSA in East Bay. Now, Po Lin, let's introduce you once again. Where were you born and raised, and where are you coming from?
Born in Australia. I lived a little bit in Singapore as well. Moved here when I was about 9 or 10.
9, 10.
Yes.
Do you speak Mandarin?
Mandarin, yes. My parents are from Taiwan.
Oh, shoot. And when's the last time you stopped by Singapore?
Stopped by Singapore, very long time.
That's a beautiful place.
We went back once, so I was actually born in Australia, and then very young we moved to Singapore for a few years, and then we moved back to Australia. So I remember visiting Singapore one time, like on that second stay in Australia.
And then where is your parents located now?
Taiwan.
Taiwan. Have your parents watching your fight yet?
I don't think so.
Do they even know you fighting?
Yes, I'm sure they know. Yeah,
They know now.
Yeah.
And you still don't have any Instagram?
No, sir. No.
No Facebook?
No. Not on social media.
0 social media. So how do you contact with your parents and friends and people?
Cell phone number, like
Cell
old
phone
school
number.
way. Yeah.
Old school way.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. We're living in 2025. We still got a caveman here, right? A cave Asian guy right here. That's pretty awesome. Now, you haven't fought since the last August. Have you been training this whole time?
I took a little short break after the fight, but yes, mostly training. Yeah.
Now, what do you think of your last fight?
In terms of what? In terms
Like
of
how's
my
your performance, or
Uh-huh.
what you think you can improve?
Oh, like with any fight, I think there's always a lot to improve on, especially this early on in my fighting. There's always gonna be a lot of things I can learn from every single fight.
Now, this is the first fight you're gonna do no shin guards, 3 3-minute rounds, fighting for the titles. So 3 2-minute rounds kind of fast. You know, sometimes like you want to do certain things, you kind of want to rush. You know, you can't really have like a game plan going into the fight because you want to time so short. You want to get to work. You got to make sure the judge seeing you winning. But now 3 3-minute round, even though it's a minute extra, but in the ring, in the cage, it's actually make a big difference. You know, and without a shin guard, obviously jiu-jitsu comes in different. You know, with the triangle, like with the diamond on the shoulder, with the shin pads, a little different. But now completely free. You don't have any of that restriction. How are you feeling now coming into this fight with that kind of a changing, 3 3-minute round, no shin guard, fighting for the belt against another game opponent? What's your thought on that?
I was always looking forward to no more shin guards. I was always kind of it kind of gets in the way.
You finally get over the 3 fights hump. This is gonna be your 4th fight.
Yes.
And no longer words like beginner, newbie, rookies. You've been fighting in the cage for like over a year now, so it's considered amateur, considered a veteran now. So now, what do you know about your opponent, TG?
I know that he is, he's gonna fight.
Pretty aggressive striker. The last fight he had on my show, March 15. I actually met this person a week before the fight. I never met him before. Interesting character, very ambitious. Only moved to the state a few months of time, so come here to chase the dream. Wants to be in the big UFC and all that. So very, very good young man, and can't wait to watching him fight again. When you're watching him fight, he only has 22 seconds of a video footage on the last fight. Where do you see yourself can beat him?
Like I said, I think he's gonna come out and fight. Anything can happen. Either striking or if he wants to grapple. We're just gonna fight it out and then see who comes out on top. Yeah.
So now, from what I've seen, he comes out wide stand, and then kicks 1-2. he's long and lanky, and unfortunately, the opponent he fought, Gunnar, it's much shorter, like a few inches shorter than him. So he has that advantage with that long, lanky jab 1-2. Now, fighting you, your guys are very similar height. So I'm not sure he will have the same kind of advantage like he has on some Gunnar than on you. So it's interesting, you know. So how do you prepare? I know Zhong he's an OG kickboxing, so it's a perfect camp for him to prepare you for this opponent. So how do you guys work on certain training combos to prepare for him?
Well, I know he's working really hard and he's training everything, so I'm gonna be doing the same. So yeah, just train the same way and try to give it my all.
Now, I asked you this question when you first start fighting. What do you see yourself? You're like, well, I don't know, just kind of one fight at a time and see what, you know. But now, like 3 fights in, you're fighting for a strap, you're on a spotlight. Where do you see yourself in fighting in the future?
I have my eyes on this next fight. Of course, there's always the short-term goals and the long-term goals. You know, I'm gonna go out there and, you know, I'm gonna go out there and perform.
Do you see yourself make it to the pro?
It's a possibility, you know, but yeah,
I know you're a humble guy. You're one of the humblest dudes I know. But like you know, so here's the thing: amateur, everybody knows they don't get paid, and they fight just to gain experience and you know, just enjoy the competition. But once you go pros, like elbows, knees involved as 3 5-minute rounds, and now you're fighting guys that they get paid, and you're gonna get paid to fight, even though not a lot. And you start off, and you know, and then you're a little older too, because you're not like in your early 20s, you know. So you're 30 now, right?
33.
33. So
Yes.
The window being a pro fighter is a little smaller than some of the younger guys. So in a perfect world, do you want to turn pro in a year or so?
Well, going back to your previous question, do I think it's definitely a possibility? I think, and my coaches have said it too, anyone can become pro. I think if anyone works hard, and you know, stays focused, you know, anyone can go pro. So that's, you know, asking me is, you know, that's a more general question. Of course, it's a possibility, but and,
do you pay attention on all the MMA fighter in the Bay Area?
I've watched a handful, especially when I first started, you know, competing in your promotion. Definitely watch a handful of those fights.
Especially now, like anyone that's 145 pounds, like I'm gonna. He's 145, 145. Anybody that caught your eye that you think someday you might fight, or you want to fight?
Well, like who was the previous title holder?
Previous title holder was Fernando Diaz.
Is he still fighting? He still has the title, right?
He still had the title, but the problem is Fernando Diaz has suffered a little bit of injury, and then I think his coach want him to undecisively, like maybe want him to just go pro because he's, I believe he's 5-0.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then it's a kind of an unusual question too, because Fernando Diaz, one of his coach, it's also trained at CSA, teaching their jiu-jitsu program, Adam Pogolati, and then Adam Pogolati is also coaching TG, so they have kind of like a common coach.
Okay.
But they don't train together, so they're probably not gonna ever fight.
I see.
And then I was talking to Fernando's coach, and they possibility want him to go pro. So that's why he hasn't been active for the last couple of events. And then TG and Gunnar was supposed to be for the interim title, but now since Fernando is out of the picture, we just kind of keep challenging on the interim title, and we'll see what if Fernando decides to come back, fight for whoever owns the title fight. Like let's say this fight you come out, you win the fight, and Fernando come back and he'll be unify the title, and he'll be fighting you. And if Fernando decides to vacate, now you win the title, then you become the champ. And all the 145 is going to try to climb up to fight you. So everything kind of depends, you know. So and obviously, like our promotion is probably the most recognition in California, especially in NorCal as an amateur. So a lot of people have eyes on whoever's holding to the belt.
I see.
So let's see how things play out, because if you do win this fight, come out on top, I think a lot of people is gonna start DM me or DM you. Well, you don't have a DM. They can DM you, so they're gonna have to DM me. Hey, I want to fight that guy. So everyone's gonna be sending me messages. It's gonna be challenging, and then of course, you get to have being the champion. You get to have that privilege. Like I will accept him or him or him. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. You have that privilege to pick. Mm-hmm. And they have to be caught your eye. They have to be motivated for you to take the fight. Mm-hmm. But first, now you have an opponent. It's TG that want to keep the belt, mm-hmm. so you want to take it away from him. So that's gonna be a war. That's gonna be interesting. Now, people can get a hold of you. So if people want to contact you to watching you fight, mm-hmm. how can people contact you?
So you can contact me through my jiu-jitsu gym at Kuliana Jiu-Jitsu on Instagram.
Kuliana Jiu-Jitsu. Where are they located?
It's in Santa Clara.
Santa Clara.
Yeah.
And then Jerome is teaching kickboxing. Mm-hmm. And where's Jerome's?
He teaches out of 2 different gyms. He'll teach out of Claudio Franza and also out of Caio Terra.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. So you guys have a very good network with different gyms that you can train at different places, right?
For sure, yeah.
Just like throw us a couple names of who's your main training partner for this upcoming fight.
Main training partners, all of them. Whether they're
like a couple. Like let's say I have to say who's your main training partner for this fight, like a name. Any name? Anybody special, specific person?
I think everybody. Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah,
no names.
They're all equal training partners.
All equal.
Yeah.
I know a lot of fighters.
I
know a lot of fighters. They always like, well, this training camp, I'm fighting this guy so and so, and 1 or 2 training partner like Ethan, whatever, Gabriel, whatever, mm-hmm. the guys that I train the most. So mm-hmm. I guess for you, it's like the whole family.
Right.
Your whole entire family. Yeah. So now, any special loved one, training partners, supporters that you want to shout out to?
Shout out to my wife and all my coaches, all my training partners, all my friends. Thank you so much for the support. Shout out to my brother and my family as well.
And did your parents, your sister watching your fight?
I don't have a sister. I have 2 brothers.
2 brothers. Are they watching your fight?
They do. Yes.
Do they watch online?
My brother. Yeah.
They order the paper.
They'll get together with friends and they'll watch it.
It's a time for a party. Time for a party.
Yes.
Now on this upcoming card, we have a big stack card as usual. I think we have 2 145-pound fights on this card, and besides your fight. So I think the winner of those guys, a possibility will be the next in line. Whoever wins this, mm-hmm. they're waiting the next in line to watching. So here we go, guys. Po Lin, one of the humbles do, fighting for the strap, and then I'm excited to watching this fight. This guy's a gamer, so don't let his humble attitude fool you. This guy, when the bell rings and he go kill. That's one thing about this guy. I love those like a gentleman that's so nice, but as soon as the fight goes, they just and then you have guys that acting really tough. When the fight goes, they start folding. There's two sides of a people that I've seen. Some people like very optimistic, energetic, but when the fight happens, it's like they fold. But some guys like really quiet, don't say much. When they're under pressure, they from a cat turn into a lion. So I don't know which one of you, but I think this guy's a lion right there. I can't wait to watch him full fight. Now, if your opponent, TG, watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
Hey, I'm really looking forward to the fight. I hope training's going well. Hope you stay healthy, injury-free. I'm really looking for the fight. Let's put on a show.
Now, yes. This fight's a 145-pound fight. What do you walk around, Po?
About 155.
155, so it's a very easy weight cut.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you ever think about move down to 135?
At this time, no.
Too much of a cut.
I don't think that I would go down to. That seems like, if anything, I would want to,
go up.
Right.
Maybe
yes.
even go up.
Yeah.
Do you lift in weights?
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. Now, what do you do for work, Po?
Right now, I'm just gonna be focusing on this fight. So
full time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Man, like
I know he's gonna be.
He's full time too.
Right, so
we got 2 full time amateur chase the dream. get that strap. So he's got him defending, and this one trying to grab him. So see you can rob his belt. That's the whole idea.
And also,
Fernando Diaz.
Yeah, I hope your injury gets better. And
yes,
you know,
I'm hoping
wish you the best.
I'm hoping Fernando Diaz speed. Actually, I was talking to Fernando Diaz. I actually found him a fight, maybe even for the state title, because him and TG, they are kind of like have a mutual coach. They don't want to fight each other. Then I understand that, but his coach want to pull him off, and for some reason he's taking some time off. So whatever Fernando's ready, good to have him come back. He's another tough guy that a lot of people kind of like looking to, fight him or watching him fight. It's an exciting guy. So
for sure.
Young up and coming. I think he's only 21 years old.
Wow.
It's like
it's amazing.
It's a baby, still young. You watch a UFC fight?
Not recently.
Any UFC fight? Are you a fan of UFC?
Yes. Yeah.
Who's your favorite UFC fighter?
Well, I think one time I said Jiri Prohaska.
Yes.
Another time I said Anderson Silva. Favorite fighters. Yeah, Jiri Prohaska. He's I really love his style.
He's very unorganized.
Right. Yeah.
You look at. Sometimes you're watching his social media. He would does like up in the mountain. He would does the little shadow boxing.
Right.
It absolutely looked like he doesn't know how to fight. For real. Like if you're watching this guy Prohaska, when he does his shadow boxing, it's like he doesn't even look like a fighter. He does this awkward, like a kick and a punch, like same side. I'm like, what the hell? But he is one of the best striker in UFC.
For sure.
That's a pretty crazy, So sometimes some of the awkward people, they just are brilliant when it comes to under the spotlight. So it's interesting. That's a good character, That's pretty good. Now, for more information about this upcoming event, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. Po Lin versus TG will be the headline main event of the undercard fighting for the 145 belt. And I'm very, very excited to put this event together, particularly for this matchup. Definitely guarantee firework. I don't know which way it's going to come. I like to see TG's ground game hopefully being tested, and I know what he's going to bring, but I haven't seen TG. He only had 22 seconds of a fight video that I can see from the last fight, so I can't wait to watch him a little bit more. So you did your homework, right, on him?
I saw his fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you already do your research. So subscribe my YouTube channel, guys. Follow me on Instagram. And as usual, I'll see you guys May 24. Zhong Lo Cage Fighting Series 13 going down. It's going to be over 20 plus fights. Don't miss it out. Any last word you want to share with all your friends and supporters?
Thanks again. I love all of you guys.
Make sure they get tickets to come watching you fight.
Right. And you can contact me through my jiu-jitsu gym, Kuliana Jiu-Jitsu on Instagram.
How many days a week you train right now?
It ranges like 4 to 5 maybe.
4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
So really full time into this camp.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the most serious fight that you have so far.
For sure.
Yes.
Well, I think that as you get more fights, and especially without the shin guards, the risk is going to be higher and
more intense.
Right. And it's just going to keep getting harder, right, with each one.
Yeah.
So
keep them harder, but at the same time you got him better. So in a way, it's not hard; it's just more technical. It's like a chess match. So here we go, guys. You guys hear it from the man, Po Lin. I'll see you guys May 24. Zhong Lo signing out. Oos.